What's cracking? You're back here with Stacking Kraken. Today is Friday, May 15th. Spot price of silver is sitting at about $76.73. Gold is sitting at about $4,556. Both metals are down. Both metals are down. I remember checking silver probably like 3 days ago, and I was like, could go to 90 possibly. And with all this movement, like I've apparently heard a couple people have been doing, I haven't been buying as much. If you've been watching my channel, I've been buying lots of dimes because it's still nice to collect what you can, you know. So I do buy what I can afford, but with this last week, I was just like, ah. So I haven't bought any silver. Truthfully, I haven't bought any gold, and I also took a trip. So with all that, I was just like, let me hold off, put my money elsewhere. Talk about stacking. The only thing that's better than stacking precious metals and land is stacking memories. I know that sounds cheesy, but to me, that's what life's all about. So these coins are cool, but knock on wood, hey, you see it all the time. People trade in. They're like, oh, my relative passed away. We found this in his closet. Can we just sell it real quick? Most of the time, unless you have it exactly squared away with who goes to what, where, that's what happens to a lot of people's stacks. So it's nice, do it for you. Again, don't do whatever you want, but to me, I do this for me. And the only thing that I think is more valuable is making memories with friends and family. So anyway, enough with the cornball stuff. I'm gonna talk about copper. Copper has had a great year. Right now, copper is sitting at about $6.19. I remember back in October, I was talking with my buddy just about metals. I was talking to him about silver, trying to help him get onto the stacking. And he was like, yeah, bro, I have some copper out in my garage, because he's a plumber. And I remember checking my Kitco app, and copper was sitting at about $4.25. And he was like, yeah, no, that's still up. And that was up. That was up for the time. But just like it was up then, it's gone up also. $2. And granted, you're trading this in by the pound. But I was going to share a quick couple little fun facts. Depending on how much you know, it might not be informative to you. But with copper being $6 a pound, the average American home, especially modern homes, have 400 pounds of copper in them, whether that be in wiring or plumbing. So you multiply 400 times 6. If you want to go times 5, you know, you could do that. But times 6 is 2,400. I did not know there was 400 pounds in the house. I was like, that's why tweakers or my bad if I'm offending the tweakers, but like, that's why people would go in abandoned homes and take their stuff. It makes perfect sense. Because even if you get half that, I was like, wow, it's $1,000. It's semi-precious. We need it. It's antibacterial. It's good for us. That's why this is just water. You know, people get them from Moscow Mules. I have a vase that I use that's also copper. It's good. It's good for us. It's been used for over 10,000 years. It's our oldest metal. It's pretty cool. So, fun fact number 1, if you're an American, the Statue of Liberty was once a shiny and bright, just like any one of these rounds or a nice brand new penny. Had a nice layer of copper on it. Isn't that kind of cool? That's pretty cool when you think about the Statue of Liberty and just try to imagine coming into America. And that's the first thing you see. Nice and shiny. Speaking of shiny, a long time ago, people would polish them out and use them like a mirror. That's pretty cool. Goes to show how really reflective and nice the metal can be. Granted, this isn't that shiny, but especially on, but you get what I'm saying. 80% of the copper ever mined is still actively in circulation today, which I thought was pretty crazy. Some of these facts I'm telling you, I actually Googled because I wanted to learn some more also myself, because I'm not going to sit here and say I know it all. I do not. But 80% of the copper ever mined is still in circulation. It is really good and really easy to recycle it. Melt it down and use it again. Apparently a lot doesn't get wasted. So the reason why a lot of people like to talk about copper in modern days, look at that large cent. Look at that large cent. Is because it's really good for conducting electricity. The same reason why a lot of people boast about silver. You know, there's the Bronze Era. Look at that, Flying Eagle. Look at that, 1858. But a lot of people believe that the Silver Era is coming. And it's very well possible. And so a lot of people like to stack copper. They buy these rounds. This is a 1 ounce round. On Whatnot, this averages about $5 on the cheap end. You can get it up to $10 sometimes, especially if it's a pretty one like that. I did not pay that much for that. But that's what people are kind of looking for when they're selling these. They're looking for minimum $5 for a 1 ounce copper round. 1 ounce. Think about how many ounces go into a pound. And then you're going to sell that for $5-6. So that's my problem with copper from that aspect. When I get copper, I'm getting it because to me, it's a nice little piece of metal. Look at that. Toned up. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. It's history. You know, I have a silver denarius, and the amount of silver content in it doesn't add up to how much I paid for it, but it's historical. It's a nice piece of metal, you know? So that's my stance on that. When you're collecting copper, in my opinion, get it for you. Like anything, get it for you. Truly get it for you. Because you could waste a lot of money if you're buying all of these and you're hoping to just quickly sell them. It's semi-precious, and it's something that not a lot of people are willing to... How much, if you go ask some random person if they've ever seen an Indian head cent, they probably haven't. So that's what makes it cool to me, because I can give this to people for like little birthday gifts, little stocking stuffers. Jeez. It's really early here on the West, but yeah, you can give them to your friends, your family, and they like them because they probably haven't seen them, especially these Indian head cents. If you give them a copper round, it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper than spending all the money on a silver round, because that's what I was doing prior. I was, oh, happy birthday. Here's a couple dimes. Here's a whole ounce of silver. Now I'm like, man, the amount of silver rounds I gave away, so much money, you know, compared to what you would spend on copper. Granted, I gave those people an investment piece that they can think about, and every time they look at that piece of metal, they can, maybe I should get more. Maybe I just made somebody become a stacker. Or if they're ever in a bind, maybe they could sell it. Or if they have a child that needs a textbook for college. I don't know. Copper is nice to look at, not nice to stack and sell. If you want historical pieces, grab it. Look at that. It's a beautiful Indian head cent. When we look at that luster and that shine, it's nice to imagine that the Statue of Liberty once had that same luster before it was exposed to the elements, which is the drawback of copper. You know, it by itself, it does corrode, but a lot of things corrode. Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are having a great week. I say stay blessed. I don't know how everybody feels about religion, but I say that just because I want you guys to feel good. I feel like there's a lot of negativity, and every day you go turn on the news, oh, this happened, that happened. There's a lot of bad stuff happening, but I still feel like it's good to show the good and pray for the good. And whether you don't believe in praying, then just manifest, you know, however you want to interpret it. I'm all about spreading that positivity, that love, And if you guys have any thoughts or opinions on copper, share. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to learn. This is not my expertise, you know. So, like, follow, subscribe. Have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. Thank you.